because you can't force people to make some changes. But often I would say, whether you listen to a good video, a good audio, a good podcast, and you listen to that information, it's like, wow, this is awesome. I like, let's say a book, right? You will read a book and you go through it. It's like, wow, this is amazing information. They give you exercise to do into it. We'll say, I'll read it again, then I'll do the exercise. I just want to get through it. And then you take the book and put it in the shelf, and it becomes shelf help, and you never open it again. Right. You have to have the strength. And that's why working with a coach, the coach will keep you accountable for picking up that book again, for example, and to go to chapter 1 and do exercise in chapter 1. Okay, this week we're working on chapter 1. By next week, when we talk again, I want to hear, how did that go? What was your hurdle into not achieving what chapter 1 says, for example, right? And then how could you have done it better? And where did you do really well, right? So by having a coach that go over the exercise and go over the ups and the down and the what went well and not, then you get to grow, and wait, chapter 1's done, let's work on chapter 2. And by following with the coach, and by following, the step and step and step, baby step, that's why I call my business In Motion Coaching, because it's just, you have to be in motion. If you do it alone, you have that book on your bedside and say, oh, I'm just going to read a few pages at night. And then you get in your bedroom, close the light, and then go to sleep, right? It's like, you're like, oh, I'll read it tomorrow. I'll read it when I wake up. You wake up late, you run out, and it's not a priority. Nobody's there to look over your shoulder and say, oh, how did you do? How things are going. And that's why hiring, a coach or having a mentor is essential when you want to make some changes. If you've been wishing to have the New Year's resolution that never comes to fruition, if you've been wanting to have a better career, if you've been wanting to achieve greater success in your life and you're not, reach out. There are a whole bunch of people, not just me, not just Chad. There's a lot of people out there that are there to help you. And go shopping. Like, I found it's important to really find the person that you connect with, that can support you and to move you in the direction you want to have. The emotion you put into the motion, right? It's like, what's your mindset? It's the same as I said earlier, right? If you think that you believe society that says, oh, I'm getting in my 50, it's normal. Oh yeah, it's normal when I get out of bed in the morning that I'm stiff. No, it's not. It's normal that, I gain weight because I'm post-menopause. No, it's not. It's normal that I don't get an erection because I'm in my 60s. No, it's not. Like, it's all these things. People are like, oh, I'm getting old, it's normal. No, it's not. Now, especially with science, and I'm reading a book from the Life Force, the last book of Anthony Robbins. And he's talking about all the new, because Anthony Robbins, is woo-woo, like let's get business going and success. But his first love was health and wellness and all that. And he's back into that in that book. And he associated himself with a whole bunch of specialists and scientists and investing into companies that are looking up to the future and the present that is developing towards never growing old. Like, how can you reverse aging? How can you change, the way your body act and react, the different things? And for me, like, I started reading that, I was like, oh, candy. I got so excited, about all the knowledge that he shared in that. And not all of it is accessible to everyone yet, but it's like everything. If you think of your cell phone, 20 years ago, it was like $5,000 and you couldn't do nothing with it. And now for a few $100, you can get a really good cell phone, and it's better than any computers that are going out there, right? So technology and science are growing exponentially. And I think within 5 years, whatever Tony Robbins is talking now that is not so accessible to people will become accessible financially and also physically being able to go to those places, as opposed to having to go to South America or and pay 20, 50, 60 grand to get something done like stem cell research or something like that. But it's coming to us, coming to your neighborhood in a few years.